all know what time it is.
It's Off the Hook, coming at you live from Egopolis Square.
Yo, Marina, tell the people the good news before we introduce the stages.
What was the good news again?
You know, the single most important celebration of our culture,
Oh, the Splatfest!
Ding, ding, ding! We've got a Splatfest coming up quick.
Splatfests always get my ink pumping. I've got to get my gear ready.
Yo, Marina, what's the Splatfest theme this time?
I'm too nervous to look. You do it.
Fine. The Splatfest theme is... What?
What is it, Pearly? What's the theme? Tell me.
Okay, here it comes. The Splatfest theme is... We about to get all philosophical up in this.
Which do you think came first? The chicken or the egg?
Obviously the chicken had to come first, cause who else could have laid the egg?
But where did that chicken come from? An egg, which means the egg came first.
Okay, but why does that egg even exist? That's right, a chicken.
I know. Why don't we go gas a chicken? Oh, wait! The chicken is still in the egg.
That's too bad. Maybe we can ask the egg's mom instead. Who's the egg's mom? Oh, right, it's a flippin' chicken.
Yeah, I bet that mom chicken has wanted kids ever since she was an egg.
Ha! Yeah, but whose grandma laid the egg that had the mom inside of it? Wait, which side am I on?
And now here's the famous line. It's funny because we're all living in a simulation and free will is a lie.
Head to the Splatfest terminal and pick the side you're programmed to choose. There's a new update.
Oh, I love updates.
A new stage has been added.
Tentacular.
Awesome!
That means we have a new place to battle. I can't wait.
A new weapon has been added. Oh man, that means we have to listen to Sheldon nerd out again.
I mean, I like him and all, but slow down, Crab Man.
A patch? This is a game changer, y'all.
Well, yeah, they literally made some changes to the game, so...
Check out the official site for the deets. And that's all the time we've got. Until next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook.
Hello everybody, Master Gear to you, and welcome back to Splatoon 2 Splatfest. In today's episode, it is March 2018 as we're playing through Chicken vs. Egg. And this is Splatfest that's so nice that did it twice, because this actually had a rematch recently, which is pretty interesting. We won't be discussing the rematch too much during this video, because Gaming with Pi and I already did a stream of that, so there's really not a whole lot worth mentioning about that, other than the fact that the results of both Splatfests were the same, but we'll be getting into that a little bit later in the video. But as for right now, let's talk about the Splatfest. So this happened from March 10, 2018 through March 11, 2018, and this one is very, very noteworthy, not necessarily for the Splatfest itself, but the month that it happened. So this happened during March 2018, which was also the month that they announced Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, the big reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I wanted to wait to showcase fan art and cosplays for Octolings until we got to a point where they were announced in the time that the Splatfests were actually happening. But before we get to that, I want to actually tell that story of watching that Nintendo Direct, because I've been wanting to talk about this in a video for a long time, and I think now might be the best opportunity for that. So normally, I try to watch Nintendo Directs as soon as they go live. I like watching them during the live streams itself. This one, I couldn't watch live. I had a math midterm in college that I had to go to, so I couldn't watch it live. I had to wait until I got home. But the person that was taking me home that day was taking a little bit longer than usual to actually pick me up. So I remember being really excited to get to know what was going to be announced. Like, I remember during the actual midterm itself, I actually had a bit of a hard time concentrating on the midterm itself, because I had the Nintendo Direct on the back of my mind. Funnily enough, that midterm actually ended up being one of the highest grades I had in a math class during that college. But the thing is, because they were taking so long to actually pick me up, I decided to look on my phone to see my YouTube subscriptions because I was like, okay, I can't watch the videos here, but I can at least see what was announced. I really wish that I didn't do that, because scrolling through my YouTube subscriptions, I see Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch announced, Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion announced, and I see both of those and I was all like, I missed those! What? Why? Curse you, math midterms! But yeah, seeing those two on my subscription feed, it was a really exciting moment, because prior to that, we had gotten updates in Splatoon 2 with free updates and stages and things like that, but Octo Expansion was something entirely new. It was pretty much its own game, and I was really excited for that. Now, obviously, I've already discussed my opinions on Octo Expansion during the Let's Play itself, because we've already covered the entirety of that campaign already. But the short version is, I absolutely love Octo Expansion. I think it's the best thing in Splatoon. But now taking care of all that, let's actually talk about the fan arts and cosplays for this video. The first one we'll be talking about in today's video is kind of a fan art, but it wasn't one that I had intended to have appear in these videos. So a little while back, Artsy Lizzy was doing a thing where she was drawing people's OCs on Twitter. The only one that I already had was the Octoling that I play as whenever I play Splatoon, and she drew the Octoling anyway. So I figured I'd show it in this video because I really liked how this drawing turned out. So if you're watching this, Artsy Lizzy, thank you for that. I absolutely love this drawing, it's so cute. And next up, let's talk about a cosplay. So huge thank you to Like a Dragon on Twitter. By the way, I gotta say, I really like your username. Like a Dragon's Callie cosplay has got to be one of my favorites ever because this is just really cool. Callie cosplays in general, they're just really awesome, but this is one of my more personal favorite ones out there. This one that she did for Octo Callie at the end of the Octo Valley campaign, this is also one of my favorite Splatoon cosplays that I've seen out there. Although the thing is, when I was asking permission to feature this in the video, Like a Dragon told me that she never actually finished this one. And I gotta say, that makes it more impressive because this is still a really incredible cosplay, even if it's not actually finished. So, huge thank you to Like a Dragon on Twitter for allowing me to feature these. A link to all these picture sources will be listed in the description below, so you can check them out if you like. And now that all that's out of the way, let's talk about the actual Splatfest itself. So, the Shifty Station this time around, I love this name. This one was called the Bunker Games. The Hunger Games, a bit of a fun fact about me. This was one of the very first book series that I actually read all the way through. I didn't read a whole lot of books when I was a kid. Like, the first one that I read all the way through, at least of the ones that were out at the time, were the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, but I don't think those count because there's a lot of pictures in them. But Hunger Games is one of my favorite book series ever. So this one being called the Bunker Games, it's just really funny. And the stage itself is also really fun as well. Because later on in the match, there's going to be some containers that will block off access to that part of the stage. So it's really fun because over time, more and more of the stage is going to become inaccessible to you. So your big priority is to make sure you get that part of the stage on your side before it gets closed off forever. Now you could have somebody hide in there and be able to jump and be able to super jump in and out that way, but also poses a higher risk because if somebody else is hiding there and if they splat you, then that means that they get that area forever. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite ones ever. This is definitely one of my favorite Shifty Stations ever. I just love this one so much. It's so much fun. This is definitely one of the ones that I replay the most whenever I play Shifty Station with friends. It's just so much fun.
think he lost.
So now, as we continue onwards, let's talk about the Japanese version of the Splatfest. There's no special European version because I believe Chicken vs. Egg was the same across North America, Europe, and all that good stuff, but the one in Japan was different. This was Hana vs. Dango. I probably mispronounced that because Japan probably has a different pronunciation for those words, but the basic idea is do you prefer flowers or dumplings? Now, the interesting thing about this Splatfest specifically was because in Japan, the dialogue for this actually referenced the fact that at this point in Splatfest, Pearl was having a huge losing streak. Because I believe at this point, she'd lost 6 Splatfests in a row. So they were starting to reference the fact that she's getting tired of losing Splatfests all the time. And it's just really, really amusing. One thing that's really clever is that in the dialogue between Pearl and Marina when they're announcing the Splatfest, Pearl says a word called renpa, which is Japanese for consecutive losses, but Marina misheard her as senpai, which is a Japanese term of respect for people who are older than you. Marina calls Pearl senpai whenever they're talking to each other in the Japanese version of the game, and it's honestly really sweet. I like it. And something that's also pretty fun is when the Splatfest was over, Pearl was the one who won, and she seemed pretty excited about the fact that she actually won a Splatfest. I believe in Japan, Pearl is the one who's more popular, but everywhere else, Marina is the one who's more popular. And this is definitely something we're to see over time, is that it seems like the idol who's more popular in the region is the one who loses the most Splatfests. We'll be getting to the reason why a little bit later. It's something that drove me crazy for the longest time, but interesting enough, this isn't going to be the only time Pearl and Marina will talk about losing streaks during Splatfest conversations. And the last thing we'll be talking about in this video is the artwork. I have not really talked about the actual Splatfest artwork itself in these videos yet. I've loved them all so far. My favorite ones are definitely like Sweaters vs. Socks and Action vs. Comedy. We haven't seen my favorite one yet, but honestly, the one for Chicken vs. Egg is just so much fun. Because the way they draw the chicken on Pearl's head kind of looks like a cuckoo from Legend of Zelda. And Marina's expression is so cute when the chicks are hatching on top of her head. I just love this artwork so much. Now, like I said earlier, we're not going to be talking about the rematch too much during this video, but something that is very well worth mentioning about this is that during the rematch, the Chicken vs. Egg actually appeared in Japan as well. They didn't have a rematch for Hana vs. Dango or anything like that. With Mayo vs. Ketchup, in the original Splatfest, Team Mayo won, but when Team Ketchup won during the rematch, we got to see some new dialogue. Because the results were the same during the Chicken vs. Egg rematch, we didn't really get to see any new dialogue or anything like that, unless you were living in Japan where this was happening for the very first time. But data miners did find the dialogue that would have happened had the other Splatfest team won. We're not going to be talking about those too much during this video. I might do that later down the line. I don't know if I will, though, so don't count on it. But it's just something that's very well worth mentioning.
Y'all know what time it is?
It's Off the Hook, coming at you live from Megapolis Square.
Marina, before we announce the stages, why don't you share the breaking news?
Breaking news? What did you break this time?
I didn't break anything! I was talking about the Splatfest results.
Oh, the Splatfest results are in.
Alright, first let's see which team was the most popular.
Let's find out.
Butta butta butta? Blam! Oh man.
Yes!
Alright. Now for the part that matters.
Yeah, popularity isn't everything.
Let's see which team got the most clout in normal and pro matches.
Please, please, please!
Bada bada bada. Blam!
Blam!
Are you kidding me?
Wow!
Okay, y'all, it's time.
The final results.
The winner of this Splatfest is... Blam! Bok bok bakak! You want to make an omelet? Gotta break a few eggs. The chickens knocked the eggheads down a few pegs. You know the Splatfest rules, Marina? And the chicken officially came before the egg. Booyah!
Actually, I think most scientists would disagree
The
with...
chicken came first, Marina. The Splatfest proved it.
I'm just saying that genetic mutations over the course of many generations...
You're in direct violation of Article 3, Section 2 of Splatfest law.
Whatever.
If you participate in the Splatfest, your prizes are waiting in the square.
So now we're taking care of all that, we're in this video off here. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Splatoon 2 Splatfest. In the next episode, it's going to be April 2018, as we'll be taking care of baseball versus soccer. And next time, lead gear to you. Oh yeah.